it's a new month. So October 2025, video exclusive 1. On October 1, the Schumer shutdown. Okay, would you remember Glenn Beck had the book Arguing with Idiots? Well, let's go through an arguing with a leftard situation, right? It's the Schumer shutdown. No, it ain't. Well, Schumer demanded an Obamacare piece of language that was sunsetted, that provided health care for anyone in America. Notice that means also illegals. It doesn't say, right, right. Schumer insists to extend Obamacare initiatives for health care. That doesn't mean illegals. Yes, it does. Anyone and everyone on U.S. soil. If it doesn't mean what you say it does, if this isn't about continuing to fund money for illegals, then you will have no problem, and then watch them hem and haw and dodge and deflect and blah, 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 right? Then you have no problem. A one-paragraph bill or part of the continuing resolution agreement to be all healthcare laws, including Obamacare, will have amended to read for U.S. citizens and or those in the United States territories legally. You'd have no problem with that then, right? Oh, well, that's not happening. Well, then you have no problem with that language. Oh, well, it's not happening. Right? Circular logic. They will never admit to what's going on. They refuse to deal. They refuse to admit to what Schumer is doing. They refuse to admit anything. The Schumer shutdown. If it ain't happening, then, right? Oh, well, then wait for this one, right? The party of big government, grow government, constantly spend more, never met a government program they disliked, never met a government program they didn't want to give more money to. All of a sudden, oh, well, we don't need to put that language in because it isn't even happening. And I don't want to waste the government's time or spend money unnecessarily. Oh, what a laugh. The party of government waste, fraud, and abuse all of a sudden think they'll be clever. Well, we don't need, that would waste government time and it would spend money to do that we don't need to do. All of a sudden you care about government spending. Right, sure. If you cared about government spending, then you would want the clean CR that kept everything as it is. Schumer refuses, even though in the past several times, having voted for clean CRs, as they're known, right? Government will remain funded as is under all current law at current rates. No, he doesn't agree to that. He demands more spending. He demands the Obamacare statutes that expired to be negotiated into the CR to be reactivated and continue on, which includes funding for health care that covers illegals because they are not excluded. If you got no problem, again, all right, let's sign a bill. Take 2 seconds to write one paragraph for United States citizens and or those otherwise legally within the domain of the United States. They won't agree to that. They cannot agree to that because that's not what they're doing. They want to keep illegals coming. They want to keep the illegals voting. Right? And election fraud never happens. Oh, no. Despite case after case after case, you can actually find on Google that demonstrates illegal, fraudulent left votes. Well, maybe it happens, but it doesn't affect. Oh, really? Really? I remember, I don't remember the case name, but out of New York, where a judge ordered a new election because of fraud, and it was larger than the margin of victory. Therefore, the election could not be certified valid. It was fraudulent. The results had to be tossed out and a new election ordered. So, under law, proper, fair election, only real citizens, not dead people, not fictional Disney characters, not illegals voting in the election, so that it would be an honest, real election with real results that could be certified. They don't know. They don't want to know. They prefer their delusion. They don't care. They will do anything they can to avoid knowing anything and everything, to bury the facts, bury their head up there, you know what. So the Schumer shutdown continues, and we'll see how long this goes, how long Schumer insists on holding out for continuing, trying to add on above continuing of governance resolution, new spending to reconstitute and reinstitute and re-engage spending that had ended that covers illegals' health care. And again, one sentence could solve that. One sentence could resolve that. You will never hear those words leave his lips. He will oppose clear language that excludes illegal aliens from welfare, SNAP, Medicare, Medicaid, Obamacare, any government handouts, because they want to keep them here. It would be real easy to exclude them. They don't want to, but the language doesn't have, hey, morons. Chuck Schumer doesn't have to say in his language, I want money for illegals. No, I want money for all people. That, by definition, means it doesn't exclude those here illegally. This is not tough stuff to figure out. But those on the left do not have any functioning brain cells, zero brain capacity. That's why the left constantly twists, warps, and distorts language or hides behind, like I've laid out for you here. Oh, we want to cover all people. That includes people who don't have a right to be here, illegals. We want to include all people in this. By definition, it doesn't exclude them. They will never exclude, and they will, of course, again, keep up the Dutch. Oh, well, that's not happening. Well, then put in that language. Oh, we don't need to because that's not happening. We all know it is. We all see it. We all know it in the government reports. Those of us who actually look at things, read things, research things, not just watch CNN and the MSNBCs giving the left talking points that they just parrot. They don't look at anything. They don't want to look because they don't want to know. They just want to repeat, parrot, Paul, I want a cracker. whatever lies Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries is peddling on the TV on CNN. They won't. The Schumer CR counter proposal is in. You could go to Congress.gov and read it for yourself. They won't do that. They will never do that. They're too lazy and they're too stupid. And again, they don't want to know. If they read it, they would know. If they could understand it, they can't understand it. They can barely read it, even if you provide them a crayon written version. Anyway, all right. Take care. God bless. Love you all.